From Cube Drone, if you had to rebuild Discourse from the ground up, oh no, all backups lost. What stack and architecture decisions would you make differently? I think, I thought a lot about this because when we started the project in really summer 2012, like I said, it's been more or less 5 years since we started working on it. I wanted to make decisions that would look good in 10 years. In other words, you wouldn't feel bad having chosen technology X or Y or have to rewrite the entire thing from scratch. I think we made two main bets. One was that JavaScript on mobile would become so fast that it was indistinguishable from JavaScript on the desktop, or at least a fast notebook, if you want to, apples to apples. And I think that more or less has happened. There's been a little bit of frustration on the Android side because they've had trouble sort of getting their act together on performance. I know I've talked a lot about this on Twitter, so if you follow me on Twitter, you're probably super tired of hearing about this. But I get irritated about it because it affected my decisions. It affected the decisions I made as a business, like things that were going to happen in the future. Like they clearly happened on the Apple iOS side, but on the Android side, there was a lot of lag in terms of getting the performance that we expected. But the good news is, very recently, they've actually improved that, particularly on Chrome V8. Android has gotten a lot faster with JavaScript, and there's some reasonable stuff in the pipeline for Android hardware. I've been moderately okay with the Snapdragon 835 stuff that's coming out is decent. So they're catching up, so that's the good news. And then the other bet we made was on, of course, Ruby, but Ruby's not really a new technology. I mean, it's not the new hip thing that it was in 2005, 2006, and I was perfectly fine with that. I will say that Ruby has caused us no technical issues in terms of hosting, in terms of development. The community's been amazing. I've been super happy with where Ruby is. I do think there's still a lot of low-hanging fruit for Ruby performance. There is legitimate room to complain, despite what the Basecamp folks will say to you. Ruby isn't awesome at performance. Now, usually it doesn't matter, but there's no reason. You can sort of have your cake and eat it too, I think, with today's languages. And Ruby, they're still working on that. There's still the low-hanging fruit that they're trying to get the performance out of it. But I've been super happy with, what we got out of it, and I've been super happy with the, we haven't had any issues that I go trace back to our choices of, oh no, we chose Ruby, or oh no, we chose JavaScript. I think everything is going more or less to plan on those choices. So thanks for that question.